So let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel rushed into making a purchase online? What makes us impulsively hit that buy button? Well, experts say part of it is we're getting sucked into what they call dark patterns. And they say companies know exactly how to use them to separate us from our money.
We often wonder why we go on websites, we feel so enticed to basically buy something. It's because these websites like Amazon and even the airline companies out there have learned how to use colors and patterns and fonts to be able to get us to spend more money.
Those colors, patterns, and fonts are part of what experts call dark patterns to lure us into the purchase. Ted notes airlines are particularly good at this.
When you decide to get a seat, there's a reason that it's red. It will say something like only 3 left at this price. And this makes you feel what's called to be scarcity mentality, like I need to get this now or somebody's going to take my seat at this price.
Psychologist Lori Stevick-Rust says if we pay attention, we can spot it in our lives far beyond marketing and sales.
The concept of scarcity applies in our relationships, in our jobs, in our home life, which is that unconscious, knee-jerk, I feel deprived, I'm afraid that I'm deprived, and so I've got to act impulsively.
So knowing our underlying emotions can be at play, how do colors really drive us to make choices and establish loyalty?
They can trigger all kinds of emotional reactions. Red is a sense of urgency, and so anytime you want somebody to pay attention, it's in red.
Just look at some brand logos. Target's Bullseye, Netflix, YouTube reeling you in to watch. And don't forget our appetites. Dairy Queen, Nabisco, Coca-Cola, all urgent red.
Blue is the color of like trustworthiness. So we've got history, we've got experience.
Walmart, Ford, HP, Pfizer, even Facebook, all blue and all feeling familiar.
The brain loves order and structure and routine. So if it's a font that we're used to, if it's the way things are ordered, our brain naturally and habitually, almost unconsciously, gravitates to that.
So how do we stop getting sucked into the scarcity game?
The biggest thing that people need to do is just slow down and read everything carefully. Recognize that those companies are using colors to basically trigger behavior in your head because they know how we spend money.
You have to pause long enough to do all of that cognitive conversation with yourself. Do I really need this? So what happens if the sale goes away? What's the worst that's going to happen? And usually when we can ask ourselves those questions, we're in a better position then to feel like we're in control.
And by the way, Ted, are there really only 3 seats left on the plane?
There's not a chance. I think at that moment, it may be true that there are 3 left at that price. However, the computer doesn't tell you whether the prices are going up or going down. In fact, they could be going down. They only tell you there's 3 left at this price.
So if you're wondering, yellow is seen as cheerful, fun, warm. Think about it. McDonald's, IKEA, Hertz. Green evokes a sense of healing, serenity, and nature. Brands such as Whole Foods, Animal Planet, and Starbucks. And coming up at 6, our experts dive into another dark pattern with airlines specifically. Should you or shouldn't you purchase that flight insurance? We're going to tell you what they say next.